Monty and the Pharaoh. Duh.
I'm having one fun with Monty and the Pharaoh, and I'm gonna put him in the crossface again, and he's gonna go down right now. Yeah.
Hey! Nikita Koloff, the Russian Nightmare! And you're watching the #1 show on Long Island with Monty and the Pharaoh.
You haven't made fun of my hat yet, so we're making progress with each other.
I hate that damn hat. I hated it last time. I hate it. I hate the way you laugh.
All right, welcome back to Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, Monty the Pharaoh, only seen here out of Indie Music TV in Ronkonkoma, New York.
In Ronkonkoma,
And
New
we
York.
want to thank our special guest for joining us in studio, Mr. Abdullah the Butcher. Abdullah the Butcher.
Yeah.
Round 2, sir.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. Can I talk now?
It's your time. Now it's your time.
Oh.
You guys are talking about what? I came here when you had the other place,
Yep.
Yeah.
and it was guys, they had a hat on. I got a hat on. I'm so damn embarrassed, I'm going to throw it on the ground. The sunglasses they got on.
Wait a minute!
Throw that on the
Wait
ground.
a minute!
And they're talking about free speech.
He's scary looking.
I'm 80 years old. I'm still waiting for my free speech. Now, what are you going to say about that?
You got it now. Go for
Then
it.
they got a bottle of, I don't know if it's
Go ahead.
wine or
Say
what.
it. Pronounce it. It's good wine. Say
Yeah,
it. It's right there.
Yeah, it's good wine, but when I came in, these guys were standing up there like idiots, drinking it. That's why they got the sunglasses on, so you can't see their eyes. These guys are on something heavy. I don't know what the hell it is, but they're on something heavy.
But enough about us. Why don't you talk about us for a while, Abdullah? There you go.
You want me to try it?
So, Abdullah, actually, as being a guest, you get a free bottle of GFW wine. That's part of the deal.
Yeah.
That
You
is
guys
part
want
of the
me to
deal.
act like you?
No.
And-
No.
Alcoholics.
Maybe.
Under the table hot sauce.
What?
Oh,
Nice.
you take hot sauce?
Absolutely. You like hot sauce?
I know you've been on something.
Well, hot sauce and wine will get you going.
No, you're kidding me.
You could pour it in your opponent's eyes.
You don't like Italians, man.
I
Last time
love
you were in
Italians.
studio.
What are you talking about?
Are you sure?
What are you talking about? I don't like you. What are you
Well,
talking
we
about?
know this. You
Yeah,
established
I
that
don't like you.
last year.
Yeah.
Why don't you like me? What did I do wrong?
You try to be like me. You got sunglasses on. You got a hat on your head. And the guy sitting next to you,
Oh, here we go.
he's got a hat on and sunglasses. I mean, if I want some hot sauce, I got this little thing here to skirt you with. If I want to put some in my mouth and chew that.
Do you know what's a shame? Your whole gimmick, your whole career, you're this fantastic wrestler, but you would not know the great mic skills that you have because of your character. Don't you? Do you miss that maybe you should have had more mic action?
Interesting.
If I would have had more mic,
Interesting.
the way that people have been taking me left and right. oh, boy. I feel like sitting here crying. But I can't cry no more. It's all gone. And when I come here and look at you guys,
You want to cry
I
some
said,
more?
holy let me cry.
Well, it makes you feel better, doesn't it? You're like, I could have been those guys, right?
That's right.
I agree.
Right.
I agree.
Hey, wait a minute.
See, life's not that bad. You could always be us.
That's right.
That's right.
Wait a second.
See, Abdullah, life's a gift.
And when I come back next time, are you going to have a bigger place or a smaller place?
Well,
Probably
as
be
long as
bigger.
we keep getting legends like you in here, we'll probably move into even a bigger stadium.
my money.
Yeah, give him his money.
I told you I sent it to Eric
Give
Sims,
me my money.
4,000.
That's
I'll
what
go
I
on
want is
record
my
right
money.
now.
Please, my money.
What? You what? Wait a second. Hold on. Give me half of his money. What do you mean you get? Never mind. Next.
They want to give me a bottle of wine and some hot sauce.
Yeah, and some McDonald's.
So what I'm going to do is bend over and pour the hot sauce down on my and make me scream more.
Well, if it
And I'm
works.
scared
You
to
always
drink
were a
them.
masochist. I got to tell you. So that should be right up your
So
alley.
let me ask you
No?
something, right? You're this legend. You've been doing this forever. What makes you go back out on the road? Why? Like,
Yeah.
don't you just want to stay at home and chill out?
It's a long story.
Okay.
Well, if you're on air. You got all the time in the world here, brother.
My roof's caving in. My driveway's coming up.
What?
When I leave here, I got to go there with my wheelchair and cut the grass.
You cut the grass in the wheelchair?
Yeah. I wouldn't
trying-
ask Simmons. I said, Simmons, can you please send a couple of guys down there for me? He said, yeah. I'll let you know. I'll call you. My phone don't even ring no more. Because
And then he sends you two guys, and they look like us, right?
yeah,
It's not good.
that's it.
That's not good. That's trouble. That's trouble. that's not good.
The
Oh
only
my dear
the only thing I
Lord.
want is this. Please, somebody help me. Please, give me my money from last time, so I can pay somebody to cut my grass. You understand? And fix my roof. Please.
Okay. How's the flag on your mailbox? Is that broken too?
It's
like
broke.
you can't.
It's gone. Somebody took the mailbox. Somebody took the mailbox.
I can see the trolls right now. Ask them about an armbar in 1972. You guys are all goofing off.
That's right.
This is terrible, Abdullah. How do we get serious with you? Where do we start?
My check.
Give him his check already. We need the answers about the armbar in 1972.
You know what? That is probably the best answer I ever heard.
Greatest.
Question asked, how do we get serious? And you said, give me my
Yeah,
check.
give him his
That's
check. Did you
pretty
pay him in
damn good.
advance?
That's
I
pretty
mean,
good.
what
That's
is
great
going
stuff.
on here? Oh, you want to kick this thing off? Where the hell are we at this point? Please help me.
On a serious note, right?
Oh, great.
You've got all these fans that love you still, all you've done for the industry. How does it feel personally for you to be recognized as one of the greatest pro wrestlers in the history of the sport?
Sir, I can't hear you. Speak up, will you please?
All right, so we'll go again. So, being that you're one of the greatest pro wrestlers in the history of pro wrestling,
Yeah.
and these fans continue to come and want to see you and take pictures with you and spend time, how does it feel personally to be one of the most recognized and influential characters in pro wrestling history?
What makes me feel good? It's kind of hard to say, but when I come in here and you want to give me some hot sauce and a bottle of wine and never send me my damn check, and you want me to come here and beg for you guys to give me some hot sauce and a bottle of wine, and got the nerve to say, when you leave, we'll give you a bottle and the hot sauce. Just give me my money. That's all I want.
So it's great pride you feel about
Yeah.
your career.
You guys think that I'm
Overall.
a sugar. I'm not.
Dude, did this check bounce like a basketball? What the f is going on here?
Yeah, that's it.
Seriously.
You haven't made fun of my hat yet, so we're
That's
making
weird.
progress
I
with
hate
each
that
other.
damn hat. I hated it last time. I hate it. I hate the way you laugh. You got a little fat. Your
Stop
stomach's
making
big.
me laugh. You won't hate it so
Yeah,
much.
That's it. I just want to
This
check.
is just
a check.
unbelievable. It's unbelievable. What are you really going to ask him how the whole career starts next? Are you going to try?
We're going to try a question.
Okay.
I think it's going to succeed. You can try.
Give me the best possible answer.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
What makes Abdullah the Butcher become a professional wrestler?
Well, I was doing karate. I'm a grandmaster, 7th degree. And there was a guy by the name of Jack Britton who was a promoter. He had a son named Gino Brito. And I was at the Windsor Arena teaching karate. He came in there and said, "Hey, you look good. How would you like to be a wrestler?" I said, whatever. So he picked me up the next day, took me over to Detroit, and I went to his gym, and I was in there training and stuff like that. Bert Rubio came in there and says, "Oh, he's a natural," right? And from that day on, I've been in the business.
Did you love the business, or was it just a way of making money?
I loved the business, but I got shafted too many times. You know, just like coming here, I get shafted all the time.
Would you say that I'm we're the Vince McMahon of broadcasting?
You guys are worse.
Worse than Vince.
You're worse.
Wow.
You've been around a long time, as we have, and we all get older.
We do.
You see some of your brothers passing,
You know
actually
what?
at alarming rates. I mean, does that affect you personally?
Who was that?
Like, Bobby Eaton we lost recently, Dominic DiNucci. The list is pretty long, and I mean, this is your, I'm not saying you were close to Dominic DiNucci. I don't know.
I was
You were.
in Montreal.
Okay. So,
He was the first man who ever picked me up over his head
What?
and slammed me.
DiNucci?
Yeah, Dominic DiNucci.
Wow.
Yes.
He had that kind of strength back in the
wow,
day?
that's great.
That's pretty
He
cool.
was a great man. When I say great, he was a great wrestler, and we got along fine. But when it came into the ring, it was different.
And how does that affect you, though, watching these people pass? Does it become sometimes a little too difficult, like, dealing with that sort of pain?
Well, you got to realize a lot of people talk about me, but I'm not gone yet. And I come here to look at you guys. Before I leave here, I want my check. I want my check from you guys. Yep. I want my check because I'm not going to take a bottle of hot sauce and
It's
that
really
bottle
good.
of
What are you
wine.
talking about? Abdullah, who was your favorite manager? You've had some great managers over the years. Gary Hart, Paul Jones, Grand Wizard, J.J. Dillon, Damian Kane. That sounds familiar. Did
Yeah,
we just have him in the
Damian- yeah,
studio?
sure. Yeah.
Larry Sharp, Oliver Humperdinck. Did you have a favorite manager? If you could pick one, who would you most want in your corner?
Well, I'm going to say this. They were all great managers. And they had another one who just died. His name was Deepak from Montreal.
Okay.
He died. And but all Eddie Creechman, who was from Montreal, you understand? He died. They were all great managers.
Did you ever want to speak for yourself, have mic time, just you?
I
Did you ever?
just wanted to speak for my money. That's why they told me don't talk.
Interesting.
That's
okay.
what it was.
Okay.
I used to go over here, Yakashita Momotololo, but I didn't know how to say money then. But see, now since that I got a few checks out, and I keep trying to get it, you guys are telling me something different. Telling me about hot sauce, wine, and you want to take me to a restaurant. I'll pay my own food. Just give me my money.
Tell us about Bruiser Brody, the person. Tell us what Bruiser Brody meant to Abdullah the Butcher.
Me and Brody worked many times. Bruiser Brody was a great man. If he would have been here, me and Brody would have been making more money because we were planning on opening up a territory. And that was it. But he was a great guy, very great. I wrestled him in Japan, I wrestled him in Israel. I wrestled him all over.
Did you ever have like personal conversations with him about your families and about life? Or,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
What would you guys talk about?
Well, we talked about everything that I can't say on TV, but we talked about a lot of stuff. You understand? About the business, how to bring it up, how to get the people up there, how to bring the people out.
Yeah.
That's how we done it.
You know, you two would have been one of the greatest programs ever in
right.
Vince McMahon's company. Why did we never see you two
They
in
were
Vince
scared of
McMahon?
us.
Afraid?
They were
Just
scared.
just afraid to
See,
work with you guys out of reputation,
I
or
was supposed to go into New York. Hulk Hogan asked me to wrestle him in New York.
Hogan?
Hogan. I wrestled him many times in Tokyo.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, it'd just be me and you wrestling. I said, okay. He said, I'm going to talk to the old man. He went there and talked to him. He says, I want to bring Abdullah in here to work with him.
What year? Can I ask what year this was? I'm
Oh, that
curious.
was a long time ago.
80s, late 80s, when he was doing his Hulkamania thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they got there. They says, he says, I want to bring in Abdullah. He told it to the old man. The old man said, okay, let me think on it. he asked a few guys, and the guy says, "Oh, he's going to come in and start stabbing guys with the forks and this and that and this," and it was cut off.
They were afraid to work with you.
Yeah, that was it.
What a shame, because you and Hogan would have made $2 billion on this East Coast, I'll tell you that.
We would have made so much money. It was unbelievable. It was like when I wrestled Andre the Giant in Puerto Rico. We sold everything out back to back. Me and Hogan in Tokyo, we sold out for a week. So,
What kind of person was Andre the Giant? What kind of relationship did you have with Andre?
he was a great man. He always used to tell jokes and stuff like that. But he was a funny guy. But I liked him. I made money with him, and that was it. But if I would have hit New York with him and all this here stuff, it would have been, you know.
I mean, if you and Brody both would have gotten up here during that time, forget about it.
Could you hold your own with partying with Andre? Did you ever go out for a round of beers? Because from what I heard, he could put down 101 night. Did you ever, like, you know?
No.
Okay. You knew better.
Just until I came here and I seen this bottle of wine on the thing. See? That's it.
That's it.
I keep staring at it and said, maybe I should have took it.
This is Andre's shot glass. You realize
I know
that?
it.
This is his shot glass for Andre. My
So
God.
you've worked with many promoters in Japan, obviously in the NWA Georgia area, Mid-South. Can you tell us maybe your thoughts on Jim Crockett and maybe some of the other promoters that you worked with?
Well, Jim Crockett brought me into Charlotte, and but the most promoter who I liked, and he was like a father to me, and that was Stu Hart in Calgary, Alberta.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
And every time I have time, I always mention Stu Hart, because whatever he told me that I was going to get, I got it. Jim Barnett called Stu Hart and said, "Stu, I would like to have Abdullah to come to Australia." Stu Hart called me and said, "Any other promoter would not tell you this." He said, "But he wants you there." But he said, "Make sure you come back."
Gotcha.
Right? And I went there, and I came back to Stu Hart after.
Did you ever go to the Hart house and break bread with them at the house and meet the rest of the family?
I told Stu Hart when I went there, they told me about he's going to take you down there and stretch you. So what I done, I said, "Stu, I would like to wrestle you." Stu says, "Ab, you're a good person, and I don't want to stretch you." And I says, "And I don't want to beat you up either with bottles and these chairs what you got in the basement." He says, "So we'll just stay friendly."
Oh, that's pretty funny, man. Oh my God.
Oddly enough, you're to me, from back in the day, you're more well known for Japan and Puerto Rico. I find it interesting. Was Canada your favorite place to go?
Montreal, we sold everything out. Young, the first time I went into Montreal, everything was dead. I came in, Ivan Koloff, remember Ivan Koloff?
Sure.
Ivan Koloff was in there, and we went in there and we popped it. The people started coming and coming because we were different, you see? And that was it.
Were you pleased when you were put in Vince's Hall of Fame? Because you mentioned Ivan Koloff, and you know he's not. Somehow he's not in Vince's Hall of Fame. Do you take it as an honor when Vince selected you, or are you just like...
No.
Okay.
Listen, I jumped up and I mentioned Koloff. Why isn't he in the Hall of Fame?
Makes
he
no
drew a lot
sense.
of money there.
Makes no
You
sense.
understand?
Yeah.
But there's a lot of guys are not in the Hall of Fame. How did I get into the Hall of Fame? Because they had to bring me in because the people were asking for me. See? That's it.
Were you surprised that he selected you? I mean, you never really worked with Junior.
Sir, you do one thing. You go someplace, you do what you have to do, and get the hell out.
Right.
And that was
Right.
it.
Did his check bounce, or were you able to clear that check from Vince when you?
I don't want to say nothing, but I was shocked. I was shocked. I got the check, but I was shocked.
Wow, got to eat at a diner that night, huh?
Well,
Not bad.
I think you
Not
were a
bad.
little surprised at what the pay was, right? Maybe.
I'm not going to say that.
Okay. All right.
You know.
Hmm.
The only thing what I'm going to say is that I would like to get my money from you guys
Good luck. I mean, okay.
before I leave here. That's all.
Wow, our reputation's getting.
I don't know what's going on here.
I,
I
have
mean,
no
I was
idea.
very nice to the man. What did you do, Mike?
I don't know,
This is
man.
terrible. Any thoughts on New Jack his passing away?
I mean, did you have a good relationship with New Jack, or was it?
I knew New Jack. You understand?
Yeah.
I only seen him every so often when I was passing through, but I never worked with him. You see, and that was it.
There was no bad blood because New Jack didn't seem to be so thrilled with Abdullah the Butcher. I'm
Sir,
just
let
curious.
me tell you, everybody talks about Abdullah the Butcher,
Right,
and I don't care.
right.
If somebody dies, the first thing I say, I'm sorry to hear
Right.
that they pass. I ain't got time to knock nobody.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You understand? And that's
right.
it.
Yeah, but how did your gimmick come into existence? What made you decide to become Abdullah the Butcher? You could have called yourself so many different things. You could have presented. This was just right for you. How did the evolving of Abdullah the Butcher come into fruition?
I went to Vancouver, and I wrestled in Seattle, Washington, and they had a promoter there. His name was anyways, it'll come back to me. And I went there to wrestle, and the building was sold out.
Mm-hmm.
And I wrestled Don Lil Jonathan.
Don Leo
Right.
Jonathan. Okay.
And they said, I went out there, bam, 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 I done my little stuff, and I caused a riot, right? And the
Okay.
promoter ran down there real fast and said, tell Abdullah to get DQ'd or something, right? And that's what I done. So when I got back to Vancouver, Rod Fenton was there. He says, oh, I heard that you tore the place down. Jack Britton had me down for Zealous, the great Zealous Amera. He says,
That doesn't roll off the tongue the way Abdullah the Butcher, but
right.
go on. Go
so
on.
he says, we got a lot of Indians down here in
Okay.
Vancouver.
Okay.
He says, we'll call you Abdullah. Then when Rod Fenton seen me wrestle, he said, damn, we got to put Butcher, because he likes to butcher people. Abdullah the Butcher, right? But now what I say all the time when they say, they mention my name, I said, well, my name is Abdullah the Butcher. Real name, Larry Shreve, from Windsor, Ontario. That's it.
You were hardcore before hardcore.
Right.
I'm just wondering, as your gimmick was becoming worldwide famous and you were clearly top tier main event, did you get any, just asking, I'm curious, did you get any resentment from the pure wrestlers, the technical ones? Oddly enough, you're connected to the Hart family, but did you take any crap from some of the technical people, like, this gimmick is not what pro wrestling is, or he's ruining, right? Did you get any heat for what you were building, the legacy you were building, from the technical guys?
I wrestled Luthez
Technical guy.
in Vancouver, and he was coming in. The place was sold out.
Mm.
And the boy says, Luthez is going to kick. He's going to
Really?
whip like it's going out of style because he don't like people like you, right?
Okay.
A gimmick man.
That's what I'm getting at.
So
okay.
I said, well, whatever he's got to do, right? So when all the other guys went out to watch the wrestling,
Mhm.
here comes Luthez. Abdullah, we got a packed house out there. Don't listen to those sons of what they've been saying about me, right? And we went out there, we tore the house down, we came back again, sold it out again, blah, 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 whatever. And he was the one who took me to Israel. You see? And me and Brody, we went over there to Israel. We wrestled in the same building for about a week. You understand? But Luthez, after that, we were like a friend.
Yeah.
Because when last time I seen his wife said, Abdullah, that's one thing he always talked about you, right? And I said, I always did like him, but you hear stories, you know.
But you know, as we mentioned before, you worked in Puerto Rico, other places. Were you ever concerned for your life? You know, you were also a very hated heel. And did you ever feel like someone was going to kill you?
You were
or
creating,
attempt to kill you.
creating real heat. They really
Yeah.
were trying to go bonkers on
Well,
you
they
after
were-
matches.
When I first went there, Eddie Creechman was my manager. We went there. And Eddie Creechman says, let me say something. I never seen a Puerto Rican before, but every time I go to New York, I see these rats running around. And I figured that was a Puerto Rican, right?
Oh, boy.
He said, I'm coming to Puerto Rico. But he didn't go to Puerto Rico. I went to Puerto Rico.
He
Right.
lets you go deal with it.
And they used to throw rocks and, you know, in paper cups and stuff.
Rocks?
A lot of times I was, you know, hit with the rocks or whatever.
Oh my God.
But then the fans got to like me, and I like the Puerto Rican people there, and they always calling me on my page or whatever. But I liked it. I never worried. You understand? And that's it.
Was Brody your favorite opponent all time? If you could pick one guy that you'd like to work with the most in the ring, I mean, did you have a favorite opponent in your career?
Oh, we did. That's all me and Brody done.
That's you
we
and
worked
Brody?
together. Yeah,
Nice.
we worked together.
Now, did he work as stiff as people claim that he worked?
He wasn't stiff with me.
Not at all.
No. You see?
Was it always that way, or did you work into that sort of working
No,
relationship?
That was it.
Interesting.
Really?
Okay.
You know, business is a business.
You guys softly carved each other with forks. Okay.
Pardon? Sir.
I don't. No, wait. Well, I was kidding. No, wait. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. I have a full bottle of wine here. I'll just drink it before he kills me. Good night, folks.
Got the fork.
I told you he was going to bring the fork. This is why I wasn't. Oh, there he goes. It's over, Matt. Get a close up. It's over for me. I'm being served.
Once
for
you
dinner
get that
tonight.
fork, you're in trouble.